Do you think you've run out of shows and movies to watch? We'll give you some suggestions of some good stuff you might have missed on today's Daily Buzz.
Today's Business Journal Daily Buzz is brought to you by 717 Credit Union.
We've all been watching a lot of TV during our time in quarantine, but with countless hours of content across multiple platforms, it's almost certain that you missed something good. The Business Journal staff lets you in on some of the things they're watching to get through the stay-at-home order in this week's After Hours Report.
The After Hours Report is sponsored by Eastern Gateway Community College. With more than 35 programs, EGCC can help you with your career preparation and transfer plans.
Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol at Big Cat Rescue. Wait. Sorry, I've been watching Tiger King on Netflix, and I think it's starting to have an effect on my mind.
You cool cats and kittens, Carol at Big Cat Rescue.
And if you watched Mike Moliterno's TGIF report last Friday, then I'm sure this image has been stuck in your head all week. If it wasn't, I'm sure it is now. Let's start over. Hey everyone, I'm Maggie Young, and welcome to the After Hours Report Quarantine Edition. There are a lot of very productive ways to spend your time locked indoors, but one thing I know I've been doing is binge watching hours and hours of TV and movies. Some people like to watch amazing shows and movies with immaculate writing and beautiful visual effects. But some of my favorite things to watch are competition and game shows. Seriously, I binge watch Jeopardy when I'm not in quarantine.
This is Jeopardy!
Let's rap, kids. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. I was just getting into this rap thing. I'm not too good at it, but I was getting into it.
And by the way, if you have a subscription, there are several episodes of Jeopardy on Netflix, along with some other great shows. Like a glass-blowing competition called Blown Away, Idiot Test, where teams compete to answer brain teasers, and one of my favorites, Awake, where they sleep-deprive contestants for 24 hours and then have them compete in challenges. But by far, one of my very favorites is Nailed It.
To bake or not to bake?
It's a baking competition where they bring in some pretty terrible bakers and have them try to recreate masterpieces, and it usually doesn't go well. Watching that show really makes me feel a lot better about my own baking skills, and to be honest, I would completely dominate on that show, because really, it's all about presentation. You may be able to bake a pretty decent tasting cake, but if it doesn't look good, no one's gonna eat it. So to prove I have what it takes, I got my very own One Hot Cookie decorating kit. I ordered this kit on their website, onehotcookie.com, for just under $25, and they shipped it right to my front door. It comes with 6 cookies and a variety of toppings to make your favorite signature cookies or create your own. All this, and I didn't have to leave my house at all. So while I'm proving my decorating skills, I know a lot of people don't have the same taste in TV and movies as I do. So I rallied together some of our Business Journal staff to tell you what they're watching.
Hey guys, this is Jeremy, and I'm fully enjoying the 3rd season of Westworld on HBO now. But if dark comedy mixed with a little bit of political conflict is more your thing, then you definitely need to check out Dairy Girls on Netflix.
First off, Community is probably my favorite TV show of all time. It just got added back to Netflix last week, so that's really been all my account's been used for. I finally switched off of The Office.
For the stay-at-home quarantine, yes, I've been doing a lot of Netflix, but I have to rely on my old friend YouTube, and specifically Rick Beato's Everything Music, top 20 rock intros, top 20 drum intros, top 20 bass intros, top 20 acoustic guitar intros. Can't get enough of Rick, so I suggest you check him out on YouTube.
The second show is also a Netflix show. It's called The English Game, and it's about the birth of professional soccer in England.
One new show that I've been watching a lot this season is Dispatches from Elsewhere, which is on AMC. It's about a group of 4 people who are kind of thrown together to solve a mystery, like a game, like they think they're playing a game. It may or may not be a game. but it's been pretty engrossing and kind of a touch of magic to it.
The last show I've been watching has been Yella's Marble Runs. It's a YouTube channel run by the Guinness World Record holder for largest marble drop. And he's spent the last couple months doing what he calls Marbula 1. They send a bunch of marbles down a track, let them race out, and sort of throughout the season he builds a different course every week.
Hey everybody, Steve here from the video department. Now, with a lot of us being stuck at home, HBO is actually making a lot of its content free to watch without a subscription. The network has made around 500 hours of programming available to stream for free, including every episode of HBO originals like Veep, The Sopranos, Ballers, Silicon Valley, and True Blood. Now, in order to watch these, you're going to have to install the HBO Now or HBO Go app on your smart device, or you can go to HBO's website. The free options don't require a sign-in or an account to watch. Now, a lot of people have been telling me that I've got to watch The Wire. You've got to watch The Wire. It's the best television show that's ever been made. So in my free time, I plan on watching that. There's 5 seasons, so I've got my work cut out for me.
So those are the shows that have been getting me through this working from home period that me and a lot of other people have found ourselves in.
Now, when I asked for these suggestions, most people followed the guidelines for a 30-second clip. Some people went a little over the time limit, and one person went completely overboard. So here's Mike Moliterno telling you why you should watch all of the Monty Python movies on Netflix.
If you're like me, then right now something that you really enjoy watching is a comedy to take your mind off everything. Luckily, Netflix has some of the best comedies in the world, and I'm specifically talking about the Monty Python movies. If you have never seen a Monty Python movie, there is a 90% chance you are missing out on one of the funniest movies you have ever seen in your life. There is a 10% chance you're gonna hate it. Now, for my money, there is absolutely nothing better than Monty Python and the Holy Grail. As far as I'm concerned, it is the best comedy of all time. Why do I say that? Because this movie has everything. Animation, music, a psychotic rabbit, a sneaky gorilla, and long-winded arguments about how much a swallow can carry.
Who do you know so much about swallows?
Now, I'm not going to go through every single part in the movie and spoil it for you, but I am going to talk about a few specific things, and this, if you haven't seen it, this will give you an idea of just what kind of movie you're in for, because you should be prepared. It starts with the misty English countryside. It's foggy, it's hard to see anything, and off in the distance, you hear a horse approaching. Suddenly, from over the hill comes our hero, King Arthur, with his trusty servant Patsy. King Arthur, however, does not have a horse, neither does Patsy. King Arthur is simply pretending to ride a horse while Patsy jogs along behind him, clacking coconuts to make the horse sounds. So King Arthur approaches the castle, and the guy who's on watch duty starts talking to him, and of course the first thing he notices is that he's not on a horse, he's just banging coconuts together, and he wants to know why. But he wants to know why for all the wrong reasons.
Where'd you get the coconuts? We found them. Found them? In Mercia, the coconut's tropical.
And this is something that happens a lot in this movie. There's something completely ridiculous that nobody ever addresses, and then somebody finally will address it, but for the wrong reason. What ensues is one of the stupidest conversations ever put to film, and it is absolutely hilarious.
Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Not at all.
Then, of course, there is the scene with the Black Knight where King Arthur fights the Black Knight who is guarding a ditch for some reason and just will not move.
I move for no man.
And King Arthur has to dispatch him, and it gets pretty bloody.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch.
My favorite section of the movie, The Tale of Sir Lancelot. The Tale of Sir Lancelot really kicks into high gear when Sir Lancelot thinks he's going to rescue a princess. It's not actually a princess, that's a whole different thing. But he thinks he's going to rescue a princess, and so he's going to storm the castle by himself, on foot, with nothing but a sword. And the guys who are guarding the castle see him off in the distance, full speed, running all out towards the castle. And then they show the shot again. And then they show the shot again. and then they show the shot again. Lancelot covers the ground, murders the 2 guards, gets into the castle, and proceeds to kill everybody who crosses his path. Man, woman, young, old, bridesmaid, father of the bride, group, doesn't matter. He stabs them straight through the face with his sword. As I'm describing this, I'm realizing that it doesn't sound funny at all, but trust me, it is. And surprisingly, you'll learn a lot while you're watching the movie, because a lot of the back and forth these people have, these crazy, insane conversations that they have, are extremely packed full of knowledge. There's one scene in particular where King Arthur notices some peasants whose occupation is apparently to form piles of mud, and he starts talking to them, and they start telling him why they don't believe he's their king.
Well, I am king. Oh, king, eh? Very nice. And how'd you get that, eh? By exploiting the workers.
Because they live in a different form of government, some kind of commune, and they proceed to tell him all about how their government works, and you'll learn a ton about government listening to this nonsense.
Will you shut up? Ah, now we see the violence inherent in the system. Shut up!
A couple other highlights include the knights who say "ni."
Who are you? We are the knights who say... No, not the knights who say ni.
And all those poor knights who say "ni," all they want in the world is a nice shrubbery. One that looks nice and not too expensive.
Please, no more.
And I promise you, that is just the tip of the iceberg of craziness that is this movie. It is absolutely brilliant. So, if you haven't seen it, or if it's just been a really, really long time and you don't remember it very well, I highly recommend that you watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
A big thanks to our Business Journal staff for offering up some of their suggestions. And now it's time to reveal the best cookie decorating you've ever seen. Amazing, I know. Not everyone can be as blessed with impeccable cookie decorating skills as I. They should just mail me the Nailed It trophy right now. But seriously, I had a lot of fun with One Hot Cookies decorating kit, and it would be an excellent activity to do with the kids. Right now, they're also offering an Easter-themed decorating kit, so that's something you can do this weekend when you're taking a break from your television set. If you have some suggestions for some TV shows or movies that we didn't mention here, you can leave them in the comments below. As always, be sure to visit businessjournaldaily.com and afterhoursyoungstown.com for all the latest news. Thanks for watching this week's After Hours Report Quarantine Edition, and I will see you all next week.
The After Hours Report is sponsored by Eastern Gateway Community College. With more than 35 programs, EGCC can help you with your career preparation and transfer plans.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.